Okay. So good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss about the implementing peace education in secondary schools. Uh, I have conducted one study in secondary schools of Odisha, how the perception, what are the perception of stakeholders, what are the perception of students, what are the perception of teachers, what are the perception of the parents. Okay. It is published in Sakarya University Journal of Education in August 2015. So why I am bringing this article in front of you, it will give insight in front of you that how being a teacher educator, how you will implement the peace education in secondary schools. It is a case study in Odisha, you can study it in Mizoram also. Okay, so you see, I have given first the definition of peace education. Peace education as education in general is socially directed and has its root in some social intent. Peace education aimed. Yeah. Okay. So this peace education is aimed at teaching individual the information, attitude, values, and behavioral competencies needed to resolve conflicts without violence and to build and maintain mutually beneficial, harmonious relationship. You see, I have given competencies, resolve conflicts. What I have given this example, you have to resolve the conflicts. Okay. Then without violence, no violence, to build and maintain mutually beneficial, harmonious relationship. There are many approaches to peace education, many of which are based on ideology, practical experience, and good intentions. It is absolutely necessary to remain conscious of the social purpose we want peace education to serve. The central problematic being violence in its different forms, beginning from the value base of peace, human rights, and democracy. We need to identify the social problems we wish to address, then determine the relevant educational goals. In other words, we can say who is alone for the society to overcome the problems identified. Then peace education has been defined as a process of promoting the knowledge, the skills, attitudes, and values. Four things. Being a teacher educator, we should know that peace education promoting the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values needed to bring about behavior changes, and that will enable children's, youths, and adults to prevent conflict and violence, both overt and structural, to resolve conflict peacefully and to create the condition conducive to peace, whether at an interpersonal, intergroup, national, international level. So peace educator as a peace educator hope to create in the human consciousness a commitment to the ways of peace, just as a doctor learns in medical school how to minister to the sick, students in peace education learn how to solve problems caused by violence. You know, when doctors say things that how to give the medicines or treatment for a sick patient, just like this, peace educators will do the peace education in school, okay, and to mitigate the violence. Peace education tries to inculcate students against the evil effects of violence by teaching skills to manage conflicts non-violently and by creating a desire to seek peaceful resolutions of conflict. Peace education pedagogy is interactive with the use of dialogue, deliberation, and critical learning. We have to be dialogue, what I have said to you. You have to be dialogue, you have to be discuss, you have to be deliberate. All these things, dialogue, deliberation, and critical learning. Formal and informal collaboration with other groups and cultures in the community is encouraged. Peace education curricula offer diverse content from structure, skills, and attitudes that address the needs of alternative perspectives. I have given one definition. Ian Harris, 1988, the prominent peace educator of his that time, outlines the goal of peace education as student skill, recognize peace is more than the absence of war, and gain broader understanding of peace as respect for life for all living organisms. Respect for life is the main first component of peace education. Second is recognize their fears. Okay, be aware of the amount of economic investment allocated on weapons. Many countries are what? Invested for weapons. Okay, so be aware of the presence of inequality among society and their underlying reasons, and gain new perspectives on violence and war based on this new awareness. Learn to resolve conflict constructively. You have to learn how to resolve the conflicts in a constructive way. Envision how a new societal structure can be realized within the framework of peace. Learn how to deal constructively with anger and learn different ways to be peaceful under emotionally challenging items. Understand the concepts of human rights, equality, social justice, and nonviolent ways to resolve conflicts. Gain self respect and acceptance and develop skills of critical thinking, communications, empathy, and ethics. These are the things. Then develop awareness of the presence of violence in various environments and its impact, as well as alternative ways to violent behavior. To sum up, peace education in essence is building in learners the skills, the capacities that enable them to effect positive social change in their communities and the world. So, peace education has recently gained attention all around world, not only in India. India started it lately, though we are peace lovers, but peace education as a component in teacher education system or peace education in school system, we started lately. Okay, so this is because of increasing resources, the use of violence, responding to conflict or disagreement between individual groups, communications, communities, and countries. The concept of peace education has attracted numerous definitions and has been seen from different point of view. For example, Gomat, 2006, he has given a definition, perceives peace education as the deliberate attempt to educate children, youth, and adults in the dynamics of conflict prevention and promotion of peace making skills in homes, schools, communities throughout the world, using all the channels and instruments of socialization. To PISC, peace education is described as process wherein people learn ideologies, values, attitudes, more standards, sensitivities to others, and new perceptions such that are moved to take different actions from which they did in the past. On the hand, Osita, 2006, believes that aims of peace education became not just educating for peace, but educating for a peace capacity. Peace education is essentially a peace empowerment strategy which mainly equips individuals with knowledge and skills to prevent and manage conflict at interpersonal or intra-intergroup levels. Thus, Solomon 2002 has pointed out the main activities of peace educating mindsets as a matter of cultivating a set of rights and disarmament and the promotion of culture of peace. Fundamentally, peace education aims at building the peace capacity of people so that they do not only learn to resolve the conflicts through peaceful dialogue, but to also live in peace. Similarly, peace education is a behavioral and attitudinal change mechanism which aims at preempting conflict, means build up, preventing conflict outbreaks, resolving conflicts, and promoting a culture of peace. Basically, peace education aims at systematically inculcating the culture of peace in the minds of individuals with a view to deconstructing the culture of violence from their minds by equipping them with the knowledge, skills, and abilities which would assist individuals to interact peacefully and to collaborate to achieve collectively as well as personal goals. These are the definitions of peace education. Then come to the peace pedagogy. Okay, many authors have described the peace education. Okay, peace education is education to create a better world. What meant for me, I have given that definition, to create a better world. Okay, to educate our students to create a better world. But peace education and pedagogy, how pedagogy will be come in peace education? What kind of peace education you will implement in the secondary schools, though if secondary school or teacher educator system? Suppose if you give that peace education be a separate subject in the school or in the teacher education system, the curriculum will be overloaded. Okay, so the peace concepts you just give in the history, social science textbook, or in the peace education can be a separate subject in teacher education system. You can opt it. Okay, we have introducing peace education when I joined here. After that, we started peace education here in MA education, in B.Ed program, in M.Ed program also. Okay, so I don't think M.Ed program we have or not, I don't know. But this year also we have revised the curriculum. We have started, we have included the peace education and Indian knowledge system. Okay, so this year we have two papers in M.Ed. You have to be specialization in two papers. The secondary and elementary is removed. You have to be taken two papers as special papers. So peace pedagogy is different. I am not going with the peace pedagogy. How I have conducted this research, I am telling you in front of you. Peace education is an orientation, more a philosophy than a subject matter. Then peace education has to be open-minded to avoid become doctrine, has to embrace contrasting perspectives and alternate ways of seeing rather than reinforcing dogma. Peace education has to be relevant. It has to deal with the real problems lived by real people. Then peace education requires experiential active learning. Now experiential learning, this NEP 2020 says. From the 2015, I say that experiential learning is required in peace education. Now in NEP 2020, it comes that 5 years back, I have projected that experiential learning. Okay, so peace education is a teacher dependent. Without a teacher who understand and can model peace education, that enterprise will not structure or succeed. The pivotal role played the cultural and contextual realities and the differences in the peace education has been frequently highlighted. Different peace education programs are there all over the world. Okay, so many lesson plans you will find in peace education. So many lesson plans, so many modules, so many curriculums are all over the world you will find. But what I have taken the objective of in this study, to study the perception of teachers and parents about the peace education in secondary school of Odisha. What are their perception? What teacher knows and how teacher perceives about peace education, and how students, parents perceives about peace education, because the teachers and parents are the main backbone of the society. Okay, so to study about the component of peace education in secondary schools of curriculum of Board of Secondary Education Odisha. That in Odisha, I am giving you in this case study in Odisha, okay? You can do it in Mizoram also. To study the component of peace education. What are the components of peace education in history or secondary school curriculum prescribed by Board of Secondary Education or Central Board of Secondary Education or Mizoram Board of Secondary Education. Okay, here I have taken Board of Secondary Education Odisha. To suggest measure for implementation of peace education. What are the measures we will suggest for the implementation of peace education in secondary schools of Odisha? Okay, then research questions. What will be the perception of teachers, parents about peace education? What component of peace education will be included in the curriculum of secondary school of Odisha? What are the measures for better implementation of this program? These are the research questions. Then methodology. How you have to write a paper, you see. Okay, it is an international paper. It is published in Sakarya University Journal. Okay, so how you will write a paper, you can just see. This is the format of writing a paper. Research design. How you will design that paper. In order to obtain in-depth and descriptive data about the perception of teachers and parents about peace education within the natural settings of the secondary schools of Odisha, India, a qualitative method was adopted for the study. It is a qualitative method, not quantitative method. Okay. I have done only the qualitative method regarding the perception. So, how sampling? What will be the sample of this study? Secondary, first secondary schools of Odisha is the main population. Okay. Then you will come to secondary schools of, I have selected one block. Secondary schools of Kankarhat block of Dhenkanal districts of Odisha. One block I have taken, from one district, one block I have taken. And there are still, out of one, this block, I have selected one government high schools, one private high school, one block grant high school. Block grant, just like your deficit schools are there na, in Mizoram, like that, block grant high schools are there. And Sebasram, tribal model schools are there. Okay, we call Sebasram. So, these residential schools, this Sebasram is a residential school. Then I have taken block grant school, then I have taken private school, then I have taken government schools. Okay, so all the schools I have covered under secondary schools, Board of Secondary Education Odisha or the secondary school system of one block. Okay, then come to participants. Who will be the participants? The study was conducted in 4 secondary schools. The 4 headmasters. First, you have to take in the 4 headmasters. Okay, then 3 teachers from each school. 3 teachers from each school. I have taken 1 science teacher, 1 arts teacher, and 1 physical education teacher. Was taken as the primary research participant during the July 2013 to May, April 2000, July to April, May is written wrongly, July to April 2014. Okay. In order to gain rich and in-depth data, 6 parents from each school, that is sum of 24 parents. 24 parents were selected for this study. 12 teachers and 24 parents. Okay. This is a good enough. Below 30, if you are taking 30 sample also, this is a good enough for qualitative study. Okay. 30 is highest for qualitative study. No need to take 600, 500, 300, no need to take. Okay, for qualitative study. So, data gathering. This study employed semi-structured interviews as the main tool of data collection. In order to ensure that the interviews comprehensively collected the perspectives of the principal participants, this study employed focus group discussion with teachers and parents. The interview language was Odia. Because if you enter to the field, if you don't know Odia, or if you enter to the Mizo, if you don't know Mizo, then how can you interview? Okay. So you make your questionnaire or your structured interview schedule or focus group discussion in English or whatever language you have, but as per the participants, if the participants are comfortable with Mizo, then you can speak in Mizo, or you have to take a translator. Okay, so I have discussed it in Odia, and each interview was audio taped. I have recorded it and personally transcribed by the researcher and later translated into English. Then I translated into English. I have, at that time you may forget, you may not, what? What we, you may not remember all these things. Okay, that's why recorder is required. You record it, then after record, you study it, then you find what are the lacuna, what he said, then you translate it into English. Okay, then after that, the reliability of the data was done by triangulation method. You know triangulation in qualitative research. What is triangulation? Triangulation is more than two method, adopting more than two method in order to validate, okay, the data is called triangulation. Okay, suppose you have taken interview, then your questionnaire, then focus group discussion. Three things. If the same thing comes in focus group discussion, the same answer come, in the interview schedules, the same answer come, in the questionnaire, the same or the observation, same thing come, then we call it valid. Okay, that we call quotable quote and valid. This is the valid things. Then analysis and findings. With respect to the concept of peace education, all the headmasters were given their views that the inculcation and the development of positive thinking and positive attitude among the students in order to attain the ultimate goal of a better, more peaceful society for the future. While defining peace education, the head teacher maintained behavior that for positive each other by the teacher and the students help the school move forward. See, what the headmaster said. The headmaster is saying, all the headmasters saying, that there is a internal cooperation between the teacher, students, and the teacher, students. Then the school will move forward. Okay, if the teacher will involve in politics, if there is a conflict between the teacher and the students, if there is a conflict between the teacher and teacher, then the school will not move forward and it is a problem for the administrator. Okay. With a negative behavior for each other by children and teachers, a school can never succeed. If you have a negative behavior, then if you have also the negative behavior, then the department cannot succeed. Okay, the department is running for you only. Okay, we are earning money and we are getting salary for you only, to teach you. Okay, so that is the thing. Otherwise, it cannot be the whole, then when the whole team tries, then, when everyone tries, the whole team flies. Okay, so teachers of all the schools, then come to the teachers. Teachers of all the schools says that if children are taught from the very beginning about peace education, it will have a positive impact on their future behavior and the role they play in bringing about positive changes in the society. So, similar concept also given by the parents. They say that peace education will develop the values among the students. They are very much serious about the degradation of culture and values among the students. Nowadays, what happened? The degradation of values amongst you. The students does not know the value system. What is value, what is respect, how to respect, to whom to respect. We are forgetting our cultures. Okay. So, teachers should teach them how to respect other, how to respect yourself. Self-respect is required. Behavior is required. Okay. They are very much serious about the degradation of culture and values among the students. Teachers are very much serious. Okay. So, peace education will modify the behavior and develop the Indian culture and tradition among the students. Healthy relationship, a friendly environment, The absence of fear and feelings of safety were marked as the prominent features of peace education in school. What is that? First, healthy environment. When a student come to school or when you come to our department, you should feel that a healthy environment is there. There is no mental tension, nothing in our department or the school. Okay. Then friendly environment. Friendly environment means is a child friendly. Okay. The teacher student relationship, the student student relationship, all this healthy relationship, a friendly environment, and the absence of fear. Nowadays teachers are beating, corporal punishment, all these things, mathematics phobia. Okay, many things are there. So students are hesitant to come to the school, or also you are hesitant to come to the department. Sir will ask the question, sir will say what is happening, what is your progress report, what is this, that, like that. Okay. So that feelings or that fear should not be among the students. Then feeling of safety were marked as the prominent. Feeling of safety. Safety is first. In your state, it may not be a point, but safety in plain land area, safety is first in school. School safety is very much required. Nowadays, when they are kidnapping is there, okay, suicide cases are there, so many things are there. So, in order to avoid that, safety place, school should be a safety place for the kids or for the students, or the department should be a safety place for the what? Our students. Okay. Then when we come to the defining of concept of peace education, the summary comes from the focus group discussion of the teachers that peace education means we should have good attitude and behavior for each other. Teacher said, when I asked the teacher, what do you mean by peace education? They said, this peace education means have a good attitude to others and behavior of each other. Behavior. Okay, behavior, what we said, that if you have many things, if you don't have behavior, then everything is zero. A good behavior makes you a perfect man. Okay. Then, in other words, he said, my behavior with my colleagues and students should be positive and work friendly. The teacher said, my behavior with my teacher, my colleague, my students should be a positive environment and should create a positive environment. And we can say that peace education means providing an environment to the students in which they feel safe and secure to learn. Regarding the content of peace education, almost all the teachers says that citizenship, duties, rights, obligations of citizens, functions and process of government, voting and elections, leadership and fellowships, learning about morality, norms and values, moral standards, rightness and wrongness of conducts and value system such as tolerance, love, hard work, justice, respect for human life, and learning about the use of non-violent alternatives to resolve conflicts. Example, dialogue, peaceful protest, and rallies should be included in secondary school curriculum. Okay, these are the things as per the teacher's point of view. Answering to the research question to regarding the mode of transacting peace education, how we will transact the peace education in secondary schools, both curricular and co-curricular activities. Mode was said by the teachers as well as parents. Parents were giving much more importance on curricular activities like organizing seminars, debates, games. Okay. Then peace march, peace club, what I said already, to peace march, peace club. Teacher will also give their perception on peace concept should included in classroom teaching and curriculum, both formal and non-formal way. Okay, it should be included in the formal and non-formal way. You know, as teachers, we play the role of change agents, and we can bring about positive change in the society through our students. We can help in bringing peace in the society by teaching peace education to our students. Children always tell their parents what they learn in the school. So in this way, the message of peace can reach out to the society through children was opened by one teacher of rival high school in focus group discussion. One teacher has said, children always tell their parents what they learn in the school. So in this way, the message of peace can reach to the society. Okay, if you teach the students that this is the peace, then their parents will ask today what you will learn, what you have learned in the school. Then it will come to the parents that the concept of peace today my teacher teach. That's why they also have inculcation of the peace. This you see, I have given one table, concept and components of peace education. This is a qualitative study. What are the concept? What are the components? The themes is headmaster. First headmaster, what they said? Concept of peace education, positive behavior and for each other. This is the summary. What I have tell in a tabular form, it is the summary. Okay. Then dealing with diversity, different type of peace education, dealing with diversity teaching and of peace. Then components of peace, citizenship, duties, rights and obligations of citizens, functions and process of government, voting and elections, leadership and fellowship. All these things are there. Curricular and co-curricular activities also way of transacting, how you transact the peace education both in curricular and co-curricular ways. Similarly, the teachers, what they said. This is the teachers, what they said. So, why I am given this paper, you try to learn how to publish a paper. Okay, this is the model. I have 116 published paper, out of which 43 are in Scopus. Okay, so you go my publications. If you want to read or not, don't. I am not telling that read my publications, but have an idea how to prepare an article, how to prepare a research paper. Okay, that is my basic thing. In this, simultaneously we can teach peace education and I can teach you how to develop an article. Okay, so you have to be, just like yesterday I have seen that many are published in peer-reviewed journal. Nowadays there is no they are nothing. The peer review, if you publish in peer-reviewed journal, then it has no meaning, nothing, no value. Nobody will count your publication. So go for Scopus publication, Web of Science publication, okay, then UGC care listed publication. Go for this. And how to publish? If you come regularly, contact with your teacher, then you will learn. Okay. Otherwise, if there is separation, if you will, they are in your home and I will be here, and how you will learn? In what way you will learn? And another way, I am telling you, when you will be you will be teacher, you will guide, then you will feel that. Teacher is always not free to teach you only or to guide you only. Okay, teacher, as per the free time, you have to be there. When teacher is, you have to find out when the teacher is free. Then you have to come for your research purpose. Okay. So, try to understand my point. Don't be absent. Yesterday also I said that, today also I am saying this is what, this is, okay, that I will not say like this, this is recording. Okay. So, what the parents are saying, you see, peace education means providing an environment to the students in which they feel safe and secure to learn. Then moral values, environmental education, life skill education is required. Learning about morality, norms and values, moral standards, rightness and wrongness of conducts, and values system such as tolerance, love, hard work, justice, respect for human life, among others. Curricular and co-curricular activities, community involvement in the different activities organized by the school. This way we can transact peace education in secondary schools of Odisha. In any secondary schools. Okay, so I have explained the above table articulates a comprehensive peace education curriculum for dealing with violence and conflict in secondary schools. Of this curriculum seeks to engineer positive attitudes, increase tolerance and acceptance of others, while seeking to eliminate prejudice and stereotypes encouraged of others, enhance positive and perception conflict resolution and problem solving skills among students, teachers and administrators in the secondary school system. In-service and pre-service teachers. See, in-service teachers, you are the pre-service teachers. Okay, those who are coming for B.Ed, M.Ed program, okay, they are pre-service teachers. Or your PhD program, they are pre-service teachers for higher education. In-service teachers, those who are already in service, okay, they have to be trained in peace education. There in NEP 2020 said that there is a continuous professional development of teacher. Continuous professional development of teacher means that you have to be 50-hour duration per year. You have to be taking training, okay, 50 hours duration in a year, those who are in service. If you are in a government job, you are in a job in anywhere, you can do the continuous professional development of the teacher. You can do the peace education. In the continuous professional development, we also implement the peace education program. So to conclude, this is all about how to implement the peace education program in secondary schools. Okay. I am not, this is a model for the Odisha. I have given this model to the Odisha government and they are trying to implement it. Okay. But you can do whenever you have the scope, or whenever you want to publish any article, or you have to conduct research, or you have to do any kind of action research, then you have to do all these things, okay, in the way I have explained the process, the input, the process and the product. Okay, what first you have to describe what is peace education, why you have conducted this study, and what is the necessity of conducting this study, and what are your objectives, what methodology you will adopt for this conducting this study, and what is the analysis and interpretation of your data, then what is the final conclusion of this study. Okay, so this way you have to conduct one study as well as implement in peace education. Okay, so in last you have to give the references. See, while we have giving somebody's quote or somebody's work, we have to cite their name. Okay, so suppose I have conducted this study peace education, you have referred this article, then you have to write my name, Mr. L 2015, okay, peace education, implementation of peace education in secondary schools of Odisha, Sakaria University Journal of Education, page number, then year. Okay, page number and no ISSBN. If there is a DOI you know, then DOI you can give. That is the way. That is the APA 6 style. Then APA 7 style, you might have learned the APA 7 style. Then APA 7 style, if you go for that, then there is a book of APA 7 style. Some journals, they are asking for Vancouver style, APA 6 style, APA 7 style, MLA style. Okay, Vancouver style, you know, Vancouver style. Within bracket 1. When you click with this 1, then it will go to in the body. Okay, suppose here I have written 1, this is 1, okay, in the square bracket. Okay, then when I will click in the square bracket, then it will go to the main body where it is 1. Okay, that is called Vancouver style. Some few journals, they are asking about Vancouver style. Medical journal, particularly the medical health journal, anthropology journal, they are asking for the Vancouver style. But particularly in our education, we follow APA 6th or 7th. Okay, thank you very much for this session. And in the next session, Professor Candice Carter will take your class. Okay, thank you very much.